Oh, you're here.
Yes, hello.
You're here.
Yeah.
So
That means you know what this is.
Oh, do I know what this is?
Yes, you do. You do know what this is.
Ah, I see. Alexa, turn the bedroom off.
Okay.
Wow. Just going straight for that, are you? Okay, fine then. Just flexing your RGB, but we'll get to that in a second.
This is the lights.
This is his room.
This is the man cave.
This is his porn. Wait.
Yeah, if you've been vinyl, it's porn.
Well, yeah.
But we won't
Twice I was pointing at the vinyl when I said that. So.
We won't talk about the record collection.
Yes, that's not what we're talking about today. No. But first of all, hello. We are AnR Gaming.
We are. This is a rig rundown episode.
Yes.
And today we're going to talk about my rig.
Well, and mine.
Yes.
But yours first. So, where do you want to start?
Alexa, turn the bedroom on.
You turned it off just to turn it back on again.
Yeah. I built my
The PC itself.
This is the dream machine.
I need to change the angle because you can just see you can see me. Hello. In the glass. There we go.
Well, we're going to do one better than mine.
Ooh, taking it off. That's something that I definitely can't do on mine. Well, I can. It's just a pain.
You got to be sure this is an 18 plus video. From the inside of the computer.
I'm sure we can get away with saying it's educational.
Can you smell that?
Yeah. Get right in there.
Yeah.
Don't put electronics in there.
Yeah. You mean any more?
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is my PC.
So let's start with your cable management.
Whoa. No, we need to talk about the name.
Oh yeah, you actually named your computer, didn't you? Yeah.
Its name. There we go.
There we go. I'll just, blur the stuff that people shouldn't be seeing. But there we go. Yes. Even though we did that as a joke, you've kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, this is Alex's computer, RAM. Although strange enough, with the colours of RAM.
Still call me up like that. She's best girl, you know it.
Which one?
No. No.
We're not getting into that on that war. Anyway, yes, take us through. Take us through your.
I have a AMD Ryzen 2600X.
Yeah.
I picked the X version mainly because it had a big fat X on it.
Good choice. Good choice.
The motherboard is I think it's MSI.
It is MSI. It's MSI.
MSI Tomahawk's B50A Pro, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a really weird name.
It is a bit.
It's actually really weird when you look at the advertising for the board, because it literally says more or less it is a board for mining cryptocurrencies, which is like, why would you use that? But anyway,
I did buy some Corsair Vengeance DDR4 RAM, but it was shit. So I bought HyperX RGB RAM, which is 3200 megahertz, and actually gets up to 3200 megahertz, and it's RGB.
Yeah. The irony from a few years ago to now, when it used to be the joke that I have more RGB than you and I have one RGB thing, and now you have more than me.
Oh, yes. I have a Wraith Stealth cooler which came with it, obviously.
Yeah.
And my graphics card is a Gigabyte RX 570.
Ooh, undershots, we can't do that.
Or is it 560? I can never remember.
No, 570.
570.
Definitely.
But yes, I bought that card mainly because I wanted a card that had fan stop on it.
Yes.
Because I'm a big nerd for having my computer as silent as possible.
And you can maybe see from the top there, you can tell he's clear. He cares about the silence.
Yes.
Got some Noctuals in there.
Do you want to just do an undershot and see if my fans on my graphics card are actually spinning?
They are not completely silent.
Oh, we're going back on that. We're gonna go.
Going right under. There we
There
go.
she is.
Now it's going to be difficult to call this educational.
Yes. You dirty whore. Anyway, I digress. And the case I have is a 960 H500, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And then I have I think it's a Corsair RX 650.
Yeah, we'll say 650.
It's shit. It's a really bad power supply. It conks out on me at least once a month, every month. When I finally had this problem, the pandemic started.
So
it never got resolved.
So good luck getting a power supply now.
And then I did get a power supply. I got a Seasonic one, 750 watt, fully modular, and it was DOA.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. My computer's been a work in progress for many years. I love it to pieces. And yeah, I have you got them halos. So I have the fans are basically just collections of fans I've managed to accumulate over the years. This one and that one are the stock fans in the computer. And then I borrowed a fan off you, I think.
Yeah.
And then no, okay, never mind.
Wasn't it from my old case?
No, that's later. So then I borrowed a fan. This fan off my friend's. It's just a plastic shit one, and it has a red theme to it.
Oh yeah, the red. When the only RGB you had was
fan. Yeah. And honestly, it just makes my computer have this real menacing feel, and it's powered by fucking Molex.
Of all things.
I was glad to get rid of that one.
Yeah.
And then
going back,
I sort of thought about it, and I thought my PC's not very cool, and I had some money. And so I bought myself a nice Noctua 40mm fan to kick out air up the top.
Well, actually, it's pulling air in.
Is it?
Yes.
It is, you are quite right.
It's pulling air in, but that's pretty good because it actually has I'm putting the camera up here because I'm not paying attention. It actually has a slight grill between the top part there and where the fan is. Yeah. There is an actual grill. So you are technically filtering. But yeah.
Yeah, so it works well.
So you currently have a 3 intake, 1 outtake.
I replaced that fan with one of Jack's old fans from his computer that he doesn't use.
Well, the case.
And I must say, it got quite a bit quieter. But it did make obvious that thing is noisy.
Yeah, that's the downside.
But
that is the downside.
It's cooled really well.
It does well. It does well.
If you actually feel the back of my PC, it used to be warm. It's not now.
It's ice cold.
Yeah, it's quite cold.
Fits the colour perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then to try and top off my PC once I got the RGB RAM, is I got some Halo Lux rooms.
Yeah.
Now they were brilliant. However, I would not recommend getting them.
How come?
Because of the whole RGB fiasco.
Right.
So there are, if I remember correctly, there's DRGB and ARGB.
Right.
DRGB is digital, but it's at the most basic form of digital. ARGB is addressable RGB, and it uses 4 pins instead of 3. Whereas DRGB, I think the one we use is 3 pins. The DRGB is a lot simpler, but it's also hardly supported anymore. And so I had to get a controller to support all these RGB things here, and it was a royal expense and pain.
Yeah.
But it looks great. I think it looks really, really nice, and it's got a nice touch to it. And so I themed my computer green because I managed to get that green looking nice, and I thought I'll go for a green theme. Hence why my keyboard is also green, but we will come back to that.
We'll get back to that, yes.
And that is essentially it.
What about upgrades? You got anything planned for upgrades?
Well, my storage I've got, boring as it is I have a Samsung 500 gig SSD.
Yeah.
2.5 inch drive. What would be considered a medium boy now. It's not a small boy, not a big boy, medium boy.
Yeah.
And then I also have a big boy hard drive, WD 2TB. Which I got for 50 quid flat, and I think they're now 60 notes. Things, reasons. I was very happy with that. And then as you can probably tell, I have many figurines.
Yes.
So the idea, I got that one because I'm a massive Fallout fan.
Yeah.
And then I got that one, and they're sort of peering at each other. Not sure whether one.
Come across the case.
Yeah, no, I don't trust you. Like, don't trust you, Brotherhood of Steel. Get out, yeah. Anyway, so I always thought that was quite entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I got given this by one of my friends, which is a Bulbasaur which did have a cactus in it, but when we had our heat wave, it just killed the cactus. And it needs to replace it. And then I do have a little Lego Charizard that Jack bought me actually.
Yeah.
But it's been knocked over so many times, it's blown to a million pieces, needs to rebuild it.
Ah.
And I've been wanting to actually get a War Turtle little figurine, but I bought a Squirtle one because it was on discount. That was cute. I want a War Turtle one, but it's insanely hard to get any sort of figurine that is War Turtle. So if anybody has one out there,
Yeah. He will buy.
yes,
Maybe.
But I wanted one because I thought it might be funny to have a Bulbasaur, because that's the first stage. A War Turtle do the start, but that's the second stage, and then I have a Charizard, it's the third stage. I thought that might be quite a funny thing. And then I also have a Palkia here because I obviously pre-ordered the shit out of Diamond and Pearl before it came out, and I just got that in the post as a pre-order bonus.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting to get. It was brilliant. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, I actually found that quite funny how they announced that you got the statues like a month after the pre-orders started. So yeah, but yeah.
And yeah, so they were like, oh, can you pre-order? You can pre-order now, you get a statue. And I was like, well, I pre-ordered on day one, what do I do?
Turns out you got it anyway.
Turns out I got it anyway, it's great, yeah. So, I was really happy about that. Okay, so, upgrades. I'm planning to get what's it? NXT,
wasn't it when you said the Z series?
Yeah.
And it was the
white one. I want to get a white one.
Yeah, white one.
I'm going to get the watercolour with the screen.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to remify my computer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and occasionally put a picture of a cat in there.
Oh yeah, you got to. It's the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My computer will has cheeseburgers. Yes, I'm going to replace that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a better PC. And my actual dream is to actually get a micro chase case.
Yeah, you've been on about this for a while.
I love the micro things. I just think it's adorable. I don't like eye cheek as much because I think that's too small. But a nice micro chase case is great. So ideally, my next upgrade will be to get a new CPU, whatever the next AMD one is.
The new socket.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting.
Yeah.
DDR5 because I kind of might be forced onto it, but we'll see.
We'll see.
And then get a micro takes board and get the whole 9 yards and go for it.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm always dreaming of a new graphics card, but who knows when that will ever happen.
Yeah, need to definitely wait for the shortages to be relieved.
The shortage is actually okay at the moment because you can get cards, but the prices are about 150 quid higher than it should be.
Yes, so waiting for prices to come down. Wait for demand to supply to definitely exceed demand, and then prices just start coming down.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's mine. And then I also have been looking at getting a NVMe 1TB boot drive.
Yeah, that.
I'm probably going to order over the Christmas period.
Yeah, one terabyte is definitely useful. If anything, slight spoilers for mine. I can't. Yeah, slight spoilers for mine. Maybe I'm considering when I make the jump to NVMe, maybe going 2 terabyte.
You'll be paying a lot.
I know, but we'll see. 1 terabyte at the very least. That way I can at least match what I've got. Anyway, spoilers to the future of the video.
And yeah, this is my PC.
Yeah.
Oh, I did forget. I also have a 2.5-inch hard drive in here that I stole from my laptop. I think it's a terabyte, but it is shit.
Storage is storage. Sometimes storage is storage.
I think I stole all my FLAC on there, or I think it's my backup drive. I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
I have all my MP3s and FLAC on stored there. Yeah, this is my PC. I love it to pieces, and it burnt a massive hole in my wallet when I bought it. But
it's yours now.
It is mine.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to do in the future, but it requires a bit of time and effort, is to actually replace all these cables and handmade them myself. But that is a future plan.
But still, you've got them all black. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my PC.
That's your PC. So I guess now we move on to the desk.
So, desk comes with plate.
Oh, naturally.
This is a Game Boy I got given by one of my friends that I want to try and find a game for. But it works really well. Anyway, so this desk is just something I bought when I started work for the first time. I needed a desk that I could actually work from. I bought a fancy new desk. So, how my desk sits, the GMMR what do I call this thing? It's been a while since I've used. It's called the UMK Pro. This is solid metal. Like, feel the weight. I'll just unplug it. But feel the weight of that.
Oh, yeah, that's
solid metal.
That's got some heft to it. Yeah, that's got heft to it, alright.
It is a lovely keyboard for that aspect.
It's a thick boy.
I bought a full keycap set for it, which is in white, because I love white keyboards, but they're insanely hard to get hold of. JMK Glorious Pandas, which are based off Holy Pandas, which are supposed to be the best Switch ever made in history. But there's a whole lore behind them. I will need to switch for them, but yes, I did indeed buy them.
Nice.
They are lovely switches. They are great switches. I really like them. The tactile bump is quite pronounced, and I find it quite nice and very smooth. My only complaint would be is that I feel like they should be lubed a bit better out of the factory. So one job I do have is to lube them better myself.
Yeah.
But this is I love this keyboard. It's my pride and joy. I pre-ordered it, and I think it took 8 months to get to me almost. And then at the same time, I bought this nice aviation kit with an aviator connected to it with it. But to be completely honestly, it's getting a lot in my way because it's quite pronounced. So I'm thinking of getting something different. Yeah. But I love it. It's brilliant. I love this keyboard. It's my pride and joy, and I play a lot of hours onto it. It's great. And it's got a nice volume dial on it, which I'm attracted to. Feel that dial. Feel my knob, Jack.
Ooh, that's nice. You can definitely feel the tactile of the
knob.
I was going to say the bumps in the rotation, but sure.
Yes.
Just because you have an obsession with knobs.
Volume knob, yes. My mouse is a Logitech G502 Lightspeed. Basically, the Lightspeed is just that it has colours. Because it's slightly white and black. I love this mouse. The scroll wheel, the infinite scroll wheel is the best thing in the world, and
Get some good shots on there.
It used to be better as well, but it's obviously aged a bit. But it's wonderful. I love it to death, and you can put weights in it. That's G502 Hero. That's it. I have all the weight in it, but it's wonderful. I really want to get the wireless version, but they don't make a Type C version. So I looked at a modding one to give it Type C. But all of the solutions are super jank. So I'm waiting till they release the Type C version. When they do, I will fry meme all over. So this is my setup for this. But when I was building my computer initially, I said to you, one of my things I want to spend the most money on is the input, because that's what I'm going to be touching all the time. And so I tried to I spent as much money as I could on this, and I love this setup. It's brilliant for input. It's really, really well. It's wonderful. But that's not actually where I started. My first keyboard was this thing.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. Which was Mush City, but it worked really reliably. Yeah, I used it so much. But it lasted, I only charged it like 5 times. Yeah. Brilliant. Loved it. But this was Old Faithful for a while. But it wasn't quite, the love keyboard. It was just it will do when it works well. Come over here.
Ah, yes, that one.
This is the start. This is my favourite keyboard. It's still more favourite than that one. My daily. That's my daily.
Yeah, stay over there.
That's the daily one.
That's where
daily driver. But this one has lived through about 20 cups of coffee.
Wow.
I'm terrible for spilling coffee on my keyboards. So anyway, this is a Dravo Grammar 84 key. I got this, I think it was about 35 quid. I got them for Christmas because I was curious about them. And I picked linear switches because I thought I'll get some red switches. Everyone gets red switches first. And I like them, but it didn't quite have that feel of like, I can feel the press, which is why I went for more brown sort of switches. Yeah. This one is I love this one. It's died on me a million times, but always comes back to life. Yeah. No matter what. And I painted it.
Yeah.
The idea was the Starry Night Sky.
Yeah.
and I painted, and it's uniquely mine. I love it to death. It's obviously coming a bit away, so it might need a repaint at some point.
Yeah.
But it's lovely. We'll now plug it in to just show you
how they does still work.
It still work. It's got what I call just basic boy RGB.
There we are.
That was the effect I had on it, but it's really bright and annoying. But this is look. But I hated how small it was. I love TKLs.
That's a 60% one right there.
It is. It's 60. Actually, it's not. It's 65.
65. Oh yeah, because you've got the arrow keys properly. Yeah.
But yeah, this was the daily driver, and it's served me faithfully. Love this.
He's having a moment.
I am.
And guitars quickly, but back to PC.
But I have one more keyboard.
Oh. Last thing to talk about.
I bring mechanical keyboards with me wherever I go. And I'm currently switching job. And so I bought a work keyboard.
Wow.
This is the Durgod Taurus, which has brown switches, because I actually never owned any. And to be honest, it's almost exactly what they say about browns, is that you can barely feel the tactility. But you can feel it enough that I can blaze through things on this keyboard. My work speed improved a lot on this keyboard. I love this keyboard so much, but it's subtle. It's very underdue. It's very subtle, and I bought it for exactly that reason, because I wanted it to no one at work to realise what it was a mechanical keyboard, but those who knew would know.
Yeah.
I've had a few people come up to me and they're like, what cherry is it? Or what switch is it? And I'm like, brown.
Yeah.
I like it. It's reliable. I didn't want it to be fancy. I didn't want to do anything coffee stain, because yes, I took too much coffee.
Coffee stain.
Yeah. Workhorse. Love it. Reliable. Works well. Nice cable channel.
Yeah.
Works well. Works really well. Great.
Yeah.
Great keyboard. That's the works keyboard.
Yeah.
That is my mechanical keyboard collection.
Yeah.
I love TKLs though, so I got TKL. But I also want I wanted a full one, and I want to get a really small one. I want to get the tiniest one you can get.
Oh man, I dread to even think what size that actually is.
But I think what I'm looking at getting next is getting a really small keyboard and getting a hot swap, a full hot swap, because this is hot swap.
Yeah.
So getting a hot swap and just putting loads of switches in and testing it.
Yeah.
On a testing keyboard. But this is
Yeah.
That's the keyboard.
Yeah.
What is the only other thing we can talk about?
The screens.
Oh, the screens. Oh yes.
You got 3 of them.
I've got 3 of them. I bought 3 screens because I'm the king of productivity. Oh god, which one's that one? I know it's 10 hours is. But yeah.
Ours is the good one.
I had initially, this was my thing, because this is what I used to play with my PS4 on.
Yeah.
It's a 7p 20p TV that's just honestly about a decade old.
Yeah.
At the time when this was bought, 1080p was a thing, but you had to pay good money.
Yeah.
But it works really well.
Kind of like what you have to do for 8K now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good, but not quite that deal. Yeah, it was. Yeah, good little thing. I want to get rid of it for ages, but it's stayed for now. And then I bought these 2. They are HP. The numbers are always way too long, but they cost me about 115 quid each. IPS. I bought them because I wanted good viewing angles. And I know on a VA panel the blacks are better, but the viewing angles can get a bit.
Yeah.
I bought the IPS. And the IPS was good. And yeah, spent ages trying to find them. Got a really good deal on them. Really happy with them. I'm wanting to upgrade. I'm actually thinking, so I am wanting to upgrade this. The idea is that I'm going to get something like I'm either going to get I'm going to get an ultra wide for this one. And get I think I'm going to go cheap for it though.
Yeah.
I'm going to get like a 200 quid.
Maybe like an Iliana or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And get a 200 poundish ultra wide just for the length of it, because productivity. And also it would be lighter. This thing is heavy as hell.
Yeah.
not heavy, but it's on the arm thing. It's actually balanced on the two monitors. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The Jank setup.
Yeah, you have the Jank. You definitely have the Jank.
Yes. Yeah. And then I'm debating about whether I should get replacements for both these.
COVID, run! Stop dying. Get back to the video. Entertain.
It's the keyboard. It's got jealous.
Wow.
Anyway.
Trying to get back at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Akon Jesus.
But it's not dead. It's definitely alive.
Anyway, I'm thinking of getting a 4K monitor, possibly one of these two, to watch movies on, and then getting a color accurate. Like a 4K color accurate monitor or something like that, and then getting a gaming sort of monitor with really high refresh rate, so that I can do a bit of gaming and then watch movies on one, and then do ultra-wide stuff, and just basically have a fit all thing, because that's just sort of what I'm like. But it's a debate in progress. But yeah, and I love these. I have 3 monitors, and then what I do plan to do is once I upgrade one monitors, I'm going to get another arm and stick in my spare monitor there. 4 monitors.
You might struggle with that. Most cards can only run 3.
I will find a solution.
You will find a solution.
There's always a solution. Yeah.
There we go.
Setup.
There we go. This is Alex's setup. Any closing thoughts or words?
I do have. Now, I use sleep functions on my keyboard to sleep my PC when I'm only going to be away for a short while and come back. But you know, sometimes you're like, is my computer off or is it asleep? And all mine does is shine a white light, but it's sometimes hard to see. It's like bright, and so I leave the cactus on as a sign that says my PC's up now.
Yeah.
And that's the cactus lives, and I went for green because the cactus is green. Yeah, works well.
There we go. Well, this is Alex's rig rundown.
Good rundown.
Next, mine.
Yes.
Ha! Nice one, Alex. So here's my computer and all my stuffs. I don't know where to start, so where do you want to point? Oh, where? I can't tell where you're pointing. Well,
So-
where are we starting with? So my monitor. It's
Is it a monitor?
It's a TV.
It's a TV.
It's a TV. Yeah, this is a Panasonic TV.
Whoa,
full HD.
whoa! What's this?
It's
You're not. You've missed some decorations to talk about first.
yes, I've got tinsel as well.
Thank you. What type of tinsel is it?
Blue.
Blue tinsel. Yeah.
Blue tinsel.
Blue tinsel. Cool.
Blue tinsel.
There's tinsel around the speakers.
Yeah, that's gold tinsel.
Yes. Yeah. Because blue and gold go together.
It's surprisingly enough, it's very similar to the colours in my rig.
How many FPS do you get from this?
60, which is less than yours, I know.
Yes, that's
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is. Yes, and this is only full HD. Despite the size of it, it actually kind of annoys me because I can see individual pixels.
Dak is a pixel peeper.
Oh yeah.
Pixel peeper.
But yes, moving on from it's a TV. What do you expect? It's TV. It's kind of old. What do you expect?
Still works though.
Works perfectly fine. So
I have a TV in my rig one day,
True.
which is worse than yours.
Arguably yes. Anyway.
Right, TV. Now walk us through the rig.
So
the
yes,
rig
my actual rig. So of course, case-wise, NZXT, but that's the part no one cares about. Processor, I have a 1700X from Ryzen, not Ryzen, AMD, and it's the Ryzen series. The motherboard is an Aorus X370 Gaming 5, and the reason I have those two is because they came part of a deal.
We love a deal.
And that's literally the only reason. I knew I wanted a Ryzen 7, and that was what the deal included. So yeah, that's what I got. For cooling wise, I currently have a Corsair H60. It's a very old version, technically at this point is kind of the point where I should be considering changing something else. I'm probably going to go air cooling, which is actually the opposite of what you're thinking of going for, Alex. So,
yes, it is interesting.
Yeah, funny. Basically, I'm going air cooling because I don't want to have to worry about it anymore. And graphics card wise, I have a EVGA 1080, which is doing fairly well. It's pulling its weight nicely. It's doing well.
It's better than my power.
Yeah, it does fall apart a bit in some modern games. I can't run them exactly as high as I want to, but hey, that's technology. Oh, and the other free thing I got is the SSD that you see down there. That has my at the bottom thing, very bottom.
Oh, there SSD.
There you are. It's an AMD.
Radeon.
It's an AMD Radeon SSD. If I tried to find them, they aren't a thing.
Oh.
So I don't know what exactly SSD actually is. But it kind of works. I use it for all my VR stuff, so that's fun. There's not that much more.
What PSU are you using?
Power supply. That's a Corsair as well. Corsair 750 watts.
Yes, as we're well aware, Corsair is kind of hard not to get and buy something from Corsair in the market.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, my RAM as well is Corsair Vengeance. You can't see it very well.
DDR4.
Yeah, DDR4.
Because DDR5 is a thing.
Well, not for first gen Ryzen.
No, definitely not for first gen Ryzen.
First gen Ryzen. But the reason why you can't see the RAM very well is because it's not RGB. Because when I bought the RAM, RGB RAM was A, not really a thing, and B, really, really expensive.
He's got poor man's RAM.
Shut up. You only recently got it.
I've still had it. I still got it. How many sticks do you have there, buddy?
4. Actually, no, 2. I have 2.
Oh, 2.
I have 2 of 16 gigabyte each, so 32 gigabytes total.
I've got more sticks than you.
Yeah, but same amount. Technically, mine's more stable for overclocking, which I don't do because I've got a H60. So
Yeah.
Either way, I also have a stupid amount of storage in there. Well, actually, no. I have a stupid amount of hard drives in it, not a stupid amount of storage.
How much storage do you have? Like 6 terabytes?
Oh, I have more than that. In terms of raw hard drive storage, I have 7 terabytes.
That's insane.
Across 3 hard drives.
That is insane.
Ideally, I want to do is I want to get that down. I want to get that up to 8 across 2.
That makes sense.
Because that just works better.
And then you have a little puck.
Yeah, I have puck for
that
hanging my headphones.
You don't actually. Oh well, yeah, you do hang your headphones.
I hang my headphones on it, and I do occasionally make use of the little cable there, just because I don't always want to be using pro audio stuff. Sometimes using that's better. And power and all that. Gotta go green, even though my computer's blue.
Yes.
And all I can use is way more power. But anyway, moving on.
Anything else you'd like to add about your PC?
It's doing well. It's been in this configuration as it is now, fully, for a few years now. It's doing well.
What are your plans for upgrades?
Plans for upgrades are, minus obvious upgrades of processor and graphics card, and ideally more RAM.
And motherboard.
Well, yeah, that too. Basically, gut everything apart from the case. Next ones I'm planning on are obviously move to air cooling. I want some better fans for intake because let's face it, this case isn't exactly known for being great for intake. So if I can get some good fans in the intake, then that should at the very least compensate for it until I can get a sort of custom design etched into the front of it to allow for more air. Basically, at this point, I just want to make the thing as efficient as possible. More RAM is on the big list of things to potentially get. But basically, I'm holding out to see if I can afford a new graphics card and basically new system sooner. And in which case, I'll just buy the whole lot. And then ideally go up to 64 gigabytes because, surprisingly enough, it's actually needed for video editing. It'll make things so much easier.
What will you do with your parts then? Because they'll be good parts to use.
I'm very tempted to actually turn them into a secondary PC that will either be a NAS or just a second smaller PC.
Buy a ITX board or something.
Yeah, ITX. I'll use an ITX board that's compatible with first gen Ryzen because it still does work really well. It's still, let me put it this way, I haven't thermal throttled, I haven't really hit its limits so much. So even if I then just put it to doing lighter stuff or just audio editing, it'll be fine. Most of the issues I have are software based. So, yeah.
Well, Is that your rig rundown?
I don't know, there's a few other things to talk about.
Oh, there's the keyboard and mouse, yes, that is true.
Let's start with the mouse first. So this mouse I bought for 2 reasons. The first one being is...
It's a mouse.
Well, that's 3 reasons actually.
Okay.
The first one is I needed a mouse because my other one I kind of fried because it got soaked in whiskey.
That's a good way to go.
I mean, it's a good way to go, but kind of annoying. But I was very fortunate because the next day was Black Friday. So I looked out very much there. And I did a little bit of research and I saw that there were 2 mice that were good for larger hands because, you know, we are men, we are manly men. Manly men. But basically it was either this or the HyperX Pulse. Those are 2 ones that are very good for large hand sizes. And I tried them both out because this was pre-COVID, so I was able to do that.
Yes, as you've probably realised, our rigs are very much...
They're older, yeah.
Older.
They're older systems. And basically this one just felt better for me. And at the time, it was only £5 extra from the other price. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go with that. And that's why I chose that. And that was all I had there. So it was either the HyperX or this, and I needed a mouse. And this felt better, so I went for this.
And your keyboard?
Keyboards. People who are into keyboards will know this a little bit well. This is a Wooting Lecker. Only 1,000 of these made.
Give me a nice pose next to the keyboard, please. He's giving a nice pose, and then he's
maybe later.
What's that? Nope. Okay.
Oh god, what are you doing?
I was zooming in and away from your debauchery.
Good. Back to what matters. This nice thing. So yes, this is a Wooting Lecker. I can't remember what the keycap thing is called, but it's the really nice stuff. What's it called again?
It'll be PBT.
PBT, yes, that's it, PBT. So the PBT, the non-shine through, which is what you'd think would be really weird considering it's an RGB keyboard, as wonderfully demonstrated by my Christmas preset.
Is that your Christmas preset?
Yeah, same with mouse, it's my Christmas preset.
That's just RGB puke.
Yeah, it's to match. In fact, if I just minimise here, it's to match for that I've got a Christmas tree on the screen.
I mean, I do think that is beautiful.
That's literally why. That's because that's my wallpaper for Christmas. I would do the PC the same, but that colour is very difficult to dial in.
And you also don't have as many lights as me.
Show off. But yes, this keyboard, only 1,000 made. I'm not going to show which number it is in case someone tries to claim it. But yeah, only 1,000 made. Wonderful. It's linear, but because of it being Hall effect, it means you can adjust the activation point. And also because of that, it basically also works like an Xbox controller, and you can remap it to do anything you want, and it's wonderful. And it cost me £200.
Not bad.
And then, although it didn't come with this mat is just flapping, it's coming towards you. But yeah, over and all that, this is my thing, and this is the desk pad that Alex got me.
Yeah, that is...
The RGB is kind of dead.
Would you imagine that is actually on?
It's on. You can see that it's on there. You can see that it's on there. Just over time, for whatever reason, the light just doesn't seep through anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Oh, it's a bit like one of the shit fridges. Like, light's gone out, but I still work.
It still works. It's way better than the desk. Because the mouse doesn't even work on the desk.
Really?
It doesn't work on the desk, so this is needed. So, and by the way, also, custom desk. This was actually a worktop from the kitchen that was spare. So, I just cut it to size and attached legs from IKEA, and then a desk drawer thing from IKEA as well. So,
what's that drawer called? The Alex drawer?
Alex drawer, yeah.
That's why
it's permanently in my room.
I'm permanently in his room.
And I filled you.
Bound to go out.
Exactly. But yes, in case people are also wondering, if you would be open that top drawer, in here is my drawing tablet, which is what I use for making all the thumbnails, or at least until Alex gets one as well, and then he can make them as well.
Yes.
But this is what I use. It's cheap and works. It is very disorientating having to learn to basically draw like that but look at the screen. It's very disorientating, but it works really well. I've had this actually since my 3rd year at uni, and it works fine.
Couple of years now.
Yeah, a couple of years. basically I used an assignment at uni as an excuse to buy
It
it.
has got a Wacom one, which is the best company for doing that.
But this was also the cheapest one I could find. It was £40. And if anything, if you buy one that's very similar to this now, you get so much stuff with it that I'm kind of jealous. But yeah,
That's your full rig rundown.
that's my rig rundown. Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
Enjoy.